All right, today we're going to dive into something really fascinating. It's an ancient legal case, but believe it or not, it had to solve a problem that sounds super modern.
And it all boils down to this one question. What do you do when a really good law, a well-intentioned one, has a seriously bad loophole?
So our story kicks off with a legal ruling that was, for its time, completely revolutionary. I mean, groundbreaking stuff.
Okay, so picture this. We're in ancient Israel. A landmark decision has just come down. 5 sisters. And here's the key. They had no brothers, were just granted the right to inherit their father's land. You have to understand this was huge. In a deeply patriarchal society, the whole idea of women inheriting property, that was a massive, massive step forward.
And look, these weren't just some abstract figures in a legal text. These were real people with a really powerful claim. Their names were Mala, Tirzah, Hogla, Milcah, and Noah. And these 5 women, together, successfully argued for their right to their father's legacy. And incredibly, they won.
But here's the twist. This incredible victory, this progressive new law, it ended up creating a serious, totally unintended consequence, one that actually threatened the very fabric of their society.
So not long after the ruling, the clan leaders from their own tribe, the tribe of Manasseh, they go to Moses. But get this, they weren't there to complain about women inheriting land. No, their issue was something else. They had spotted a critical flaw in the system.
And the core of their argument was basically this. Their inheritance will be taken from our ancestral inheritance and added to that of the tribe they marry into. See, they weren't just talking about a plot of land here. They were looking at a future where their tribe's entire territory, their very identity, would just slowly bleed away, piece by piece.
Let me break down how this would actually happen. It's a simple chain of events. 1. A daughter from their tribe inherits land. 2. She marries a man from a different Israelite tribe. 3. Her land legally is now added to her husband's tribe. So what's the end result? The land belonging to the tribe of Manasseh is permanently shrinking. It's like a slow-motion crisis in the making.
And why did this matter so much? Well, it all comes down to this foundational concept of ancestral inheritance. You have to get this. For them, land wasn't just property. It was everything. It was the tribe's economy, its security, its identity, its legacy, all rolled into one. The whole principle was that the land given to a tribe was supposed to stay with that tribe forever.
So, this all brings us to the climax of the story. How do you craft a legal fix? How do you close a loophole this dangerous without undoing the good that was done?
Well, the leadership listened, and what happened next was crucial. At the Lord's command, Moses declared to everyone, what the tribe of the descendants of Joseph is saying is right. This was huge. It totally validated the clan leaders' concerns, and, it set the stage for a new ruling to fix this.
And the solution they came up with? It directly addressed the problem. So you've got the problem over here. Inheritance can just jump from one tribe to another through marriage, and the solution, over here, is a really targeted and specific fix. Inheritance has to stay within the father's tribal clan. Simple, right? But also really elegant and effective.
So here's the specific command that was given to Zelophehad's daughters, and it's this fascinating balance of freedom and responsibility. It says they may marry anyone they please, so hey, personal choice is still there, as long as they marry within their father's tribal clan. It's a genius move, really. It preserves their individual rights while also protecting the integrity of the whole community.
And you should know, this wasn't just some one-off fix just for these 5 sisters. No way. This became the law of the land for everyone. The rule was now, every daughter who inherits land in any Israelite tribe must marry someone in her father's tribal clan. This set a universal legal precedent for the entire nation.
And just like that, the precedent is set. So let's see how this actually played out in the end. Well, the story comes right back around full circle to the 5 sisters themselves. Mala, Tirzah, Hogla, Milcah, and Noah, they did exactly as they were commanded. They all ended up marrying their cousins on their father's side, which of course ensured they stayed right within the clans of Manasseh.
And the result? It was exactly what the new law intended. Their inheritance, that piece of land they had fought so hard for, it remained exactly where it was supposed to be, within their father's tribe and clan. Problem solved. The loophole was officially closed.
So this whole legal journey, with all its twists and turns, established one powerful, overarching principle that would govern their society's stability from then on. No inheritance may pass from one tribe to another. That was it. That was the fundamental takeaway.
And this ancient story leaves us with a truly timeless question. It's one that really every society still grapples with today. How do we balance the rights and freedoms of an individual with the need to preserve the stability and the identity of the community? It's a question that is just as relevant right now as it was thousands of years ago.